Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Trinity Ball Yard at Trinity Baptist College as Game 2 is beginning now. Darren Goki on the mound for Trinity Baptist. Tell you more about him in just a moment. First man he will face will be Eric Scott. Fort Lauderdale won the first game in extra innings, 7-3. There's a bunt by Scott, and the throw will be late, and Eric Scott on the first pitch has himself a bunt single using that speed like he did throughout game number 1. Fort Lauderdale got 4 runs in the top of the 8th. After they tied it up in the 7th with 2 outs and the bases empty, they were able to get that tying run and then win it in 8. Adeline Kubaletti in the batter's box right now with Scott on first. Goki 1-1 on the season, swing and a miss. And that is strike 1. This is his 6th appearance, all starts, 20 2/3 total innings. He has allowed 17 hits, 17 runs, but only 1 of those earned. That's incorrect. 12 of those earned. He has walked 17 and struck out 34, and this fastball is up and in. And Goki, after 1 pitch, has a base runner, and now 1 ball and a strike on Adeline Kubaletti. And a breaking ball is in there for strike 2. Kubaletti 2 for 5 with 2 runs driven in and a run scored in the opener. Eric Scott on first. He was 1 for 4, but he scored 3 times because he also drew a walk. The 1-2 has popped up. Drew Gifford, the catcher for TBC, and he will watch this one sail out of play. Parker Laffrey is in left. Jacob Burke is in center. And Dominic Gattinella in right. Colin Sepulveda at third. Nate Naguris at short. Seth Reeves at second. And David Hickey at first. Scott Kubaletti followed by Ryan Reifenberg. First 3 hitters in the batting order as a throw to first is not in time. Chris Martin, J.D. Tibbs, and Jordan Palacios make up the middle third. Give you the bottom 3 in just a moment. As Goki throws over to first. Gabriel Mustavic, Brandon Riera, and Gabriel Mangual round out the batting order for Fort Lauderdale. Scott with a big lead. And Goki keeping an eye on the base runner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a throw over once again. Eric Scott stole 4 bases in game 1. He was picked off once as well. Martin and Pinciotti also stole bases. High fly ball to right. Gattinella will camp under it and make the catch. Fort Lauderdale took advantage of 6 TBC fielding or throwing errors and ended up winning that game in extra innings. Ryan Reifenberg at the plate. Drove in a run in game 1. No hits. He has Scott at first with 1 out. Goki again throws to first, and this one low but dug out by Hickey. Well, we're glad you're able to join us here on the live feed. TBC Eagles Sports Network. I'm Ray Bureau, bringing you the action here this afternoon and now evening. And a throw gets away from Hickey, and Scott will take second base. That'll be an error on the first baseman. And they give Scott a free base. Can't give a team like this extra opportunities. They showed us why. Trinity Baptist had some chances to score runs, but left a lot of runners on base in game 1 as well. High pop foul. This one goes out of play. Michael Cardenas was fantastic for TBC on the mound. 6 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, but only 1 earned, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. And a good breaking ball by Goki. The winning pitcher was Crawford. Josh Crawford, 3 innings in relief, 3 hits, no runs. He walked 1 and struck out 6. And their starter, Sostrom, 4 innings, just 1 earned run on 5 hits. Goki misses low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ryan Reifenberg at the plate. RBI opportunity with Eric Scott on base. A bunt single and advanced as the ball got past the first baseman. The 1-2. Check swing at a high pitch, and he held up in time. When Goki is on, he is very on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Second season here with TBC. Checks that runner and delivers. And misses outside, and that fills the count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Scott leads off second base. Goki checks him and delivers a payoff pitch. This one is popped up and out of play. Hey, those balls aren't free. Let's try to keep them in play. Like everything else, cost of baseball is on the rise and continues to rise. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Goki turns, throws to second, and Scott is back in time. Count remains full. Trinity Baptist home again tomorrow for 2 against Millennia Atlantic. First time we'll ever face them. They are a brand new team. That one is in the dirt. Hits off Gifford. It will be a wild pitch, allowing Scott to take third base. Now Reifenberg also draws the walk, as that was ball 4. So he is aboard. Runners are at the corners. 1 out. Chris Martin, the third baseman, at the plate. He was 3 for 3, drove in a run and scored 2 in the opener. Goki from the stretch. And the first pitch to Martin is a breaking ball, and it is called a strike. 0-1. Defense playing back. They'll trade the run for a chance to turn 2. Goki delivers and misses upstairs. Count even at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Fort Lauderdale now 25-3 on the season. And strike called. Makes it 1-2. They are now 3-1 in South Region competition. TBC now 7-14 overall and 1-3 in the South Region. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Martin helped out Goki, and that is out number 2. Anytime you can get a batter to swing and miss, though, that is a good pitch. J.D. Tibbs at the plate. 1 for 4 in game 1. There are 2 outs now with 2 men on. Goki a chance to end the inning without a run scoring. If he can get Tibbs, he'll do just that. Gattinello, Williams, and Hickey, the scheduled hitters in the bottom of the first for TBC. Breaking ball, grounded toward third. Sepulveda knocks it down, throws to first. Hickey was off the bag, and a run scores, and that'll be an error on the third baseman. Brings up Jordan Palacios on the play. Reifenberg takes second base. Tibbs aboard, no RBI credited, as that would have ended the inning. Coach Broden asking the base ump, I'm guessing, about the call at first. And he's going to do the right thing. Usually they won't overturn, but he's going to ask about it. The call was Hickey was off the bag trying to dig out the low throw, and the call will stand. Run is unearned, but it's on the board. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. This is Jordan Palacios. 1 for 4 in game 1. Also drove in a run and drew a walk. 0-1. Goki with the pitch, and that one is outside. A ball and a strike. 1 run is in. 2 outs, 2 men aboard. Runners going from second to third, and a delayed steal on the throw to second. That ball is into center field, and another run will score. That will be stolen base for both runners, and then an error on the catcher allowing Reifenberg to score. This is a running team. They have stolen over 100 bases. Back 6 in game number 1, and now 2 more. They came in with exactly 100 bases on the season, swiped in 108 attempts. There's a drive into the gap towards right field. Gattinella will not get there. Another run is in, and it is 3-0. Tibbs crosses on the RBI single from Palacios. And all 3 runs unearned. But like I always say, they are on the board. Gabriel Mostovic, the left fielder, at the plate. And a pitch low and inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch is a fastball upstairs. Francesco Greco will be on the mound for Fort Lauderdale. Two balls, no strikes. Goki delivers and gets the top of the zone. Counts 2-1. And that one misses inside for ball 3. Mostovic 1 for 2. Scored a run and drove one in earlier today. Didn't start the ball game, but came in and had himself a nice job at the plate. And he takes strike 2 down the middle. And with 2 outs, that means Palacios will be off. Payoff pitch, Palacios on the move, and a drive well hit towards center field. That ball is on the ground. Here's a man around third. He will score, and it is 4-0. An RBI double for Gabriel Mostovic. Tell you, give this team an extra opportunity, and they will take advantage. A wide throw opened the door. First run scored on that play, and then 3 more have crossed, and all 4 unearned. Brandon Riera, the catcher, at the plate. 0 for 1 in game 1. Came into the game, I believe, in the 7th inning, if I remember correctly, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1, and a breaking ball misses high. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 4 runs are in. And Goki delivers and gets a strike called. Count is 1-2. Goki trying to end this big inning, and he does just that with a called strike 3. 4 unearned runs on 3 hits and 1 left. After a half inning, it is 4-0 Fort Lauderdale. Here's a batting order for Trinity Baptist College. Dominic Gattinella leads off. He's in right field. Gavin Williams, a designated hitter, bats second. David Hickey will bat third. He's at first base. Colin Sepulveda, third baseman, hits cleanup. Parker Laffrey in left. He's batting fifth. Batting sixth is the shortstop, Nate Naguris. Seth Reeves will bat seventh. He's at second base. Center fielder Jacob Burke is batting eighth, and Drew Gifford is batting ninth. They will face Francesco Greco from the University of Fort Lauderdale. Greco is a junior from Norwalk, Connecticut. 3 wins, no losses, a 3.21 earned run average. This is his 5th appearance and 3rd start. He has totaled 14 innings. He has allowed 13 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 18. He has allowed 5 doubles and a home run. The defense behind Greco in left field, Gabriel Mostavic. Gabriel Mangual is in center. Ryan Reifenberg in right. Around the infield, Chris Martin is at third. Adelin Kubaletti, the shortstop. Eric Scott, the shortstop. Kubaletti at second base. And J.D. Tibbs at first, with Brandon Riera behind the plate. 3 errors in the top of the first have led to 4 runs for the University of Fort Lauderdale. They also had 3 base hits. Dominic Gattinella steps in for Trinity Baptist. He batted second in game 1 and was 1 for 5 and scored a run. So the right-hander, Francesco Greco, finishing up his warm-up tosses. Doubleheader tomorrow begins at 1 p.m. against Millennia Atlantic University. That team played Fort Lauderdale's JV team a number of times and their varsity a couple of times as well. So Coach Glessner and his Eagles, they've seen Millennia Atlantic. We're going to see them for the first time ever tomorrow afternoon. Trinity Baptist then on the home field next Tuesday at 11 a.m. against Ave Maria University. Gattinella ready. Greco about to deliver his first pitch, and it's a fastball. Grazed off the bat, says the umpire. Foul tip for a strike. A check swing, but he made some contact. No balls and a strike. And this one's called a strike on the inside corner. Fort Lauderdale plays Ave Maria University next Wednesday at Ave Maria. And then they will go to Sarasota to take on New College of Florida. That ball is in the dirt. 1-2. Trinity Baptist split a doubleheader with New College a couple of weekends ago. In fact, Fort Lauderdale is going to play their next 5 all against New College. 3 there and 2 at Oakland Park. The 1-2, and that one is low and inside to even the count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Gattinella, the first batter for Trinity Baptist. And Greco delivers and misses up and in to even the count. So after falling behind by 2 strikes, Gattinella has worked the count full. Good eye at the plate. Payoff pitch. That is ball 4, a little high and inside. Gattinella double checking to make sure, and he's aboard. So TBC gets its first man on, and Gavin Williams, a DH at the plate. Williams batted 1 time in game 1 and doubled. Came in as a pinch hitter for Seth Reeves. Put runners at second and third, and TBC eventually tied the score. Swing and a miss at a drop ball. Temperatures have cooled down into the 50s. No wind blowing right now. We started at 60 degrees this afternoon. Williams takes this one low and inside, and right now we're at about 57. Ball and a strike. Throw over to first. And Gattinella back in time. Ryan Onks was a leadoff hitter in game one, but Drew Gifford doing the catching and batting ninth here in the nightcap. 1-1, runner at first, nobody out, and the pitch. And that one is outside. That's ball two. TBC was looking to try to come back from that loss and get a split, but they're already trailing 4-0. They're going to have to work from behind. And a strike called to Williams makes it 2-2. A lot of men walking around in the Fort Lauderdale bullpen, nobody throwing. I think they're just trying to keep warm as it's starting to cool off now. Count of 2-2. Modest lead off first and the pitch. Grounded hard inside the line. No, foul. That ball took a turn just before the bag. Coach Broden was trying to play umpire, but home plate umpire didn't give him that benefit of the call. 2-2, and Williams picks up his bat. Gets back into the box. Gattinella again, a modest lead off first. Don't want to take chances, down 4. Into 2-2. That ball's hit hard at short. Scott has some trouble with it. Flips to second. And they got the force out. Kubaletti came off the bag, made the catch, and came down on top just ahead of Gattinella. So that'll be a fielder's choice. And a 6-4 put out at second. David Hickey at the plate. Game number 1, he was 1 for 3, also drew a walk. One out, runner at first. And the ball in the dirt and blocked by Riera. Defending South Region champions, University of Fort Lauderdale. They also won 2 games in the NCCAA World Series last year. Throw over to first. And runner back in time. This is their 3rd season of existence. And so far, they have made the national tournament each year. 1 at-large bid, 1 South Region championship. Chopper towards first. The ball is bobbled, but they will get the out at first. And there are 2 away. That will go down as a 3-1. Williams does advance to second. 2 plays in a row. A fielder has dropped the ball, but still managed to get the out. Colin Sepulveda at the plate. Game number 1, Sepulveda 2 for 3 with a run driven in. And he is trying to get Trinity Baptist on the board. He has a runner at second and 2 outs. And the first pitch from Greco hits the batter. That'll put Sepulveda aboard. A walk and a hit batsman, and it brings up Parker Laffrey. But he did get a couple of ground balls. Laffrey at the plate. Game number 1, 1 for 3. Also walked and scored a run. Trying to drive in a run. First pitch from Greco. There's a drive toward the gap. That ball's going to be caught. No, on the ground. Everybody is going to advance 1 base. It looked for a moment like right fielder Reifenberg was going to make the catch, and he pulled up at the last instant. It is a base hit for Laffrey, but no runs. Gattinella led off with a walk. Gavin Williams, a fielder's choice. Hickey, a ground out. Sepulveda hit by a pitch, and then Laffrey with a base hit. 3 on, but there are 2 out. Naguris at the plate. Takes the first pitch for a strike. First hit for TBC. 0-1. And a pitch on the inside corner for strike two. Of course, the umpires have traded places. New man behind the plate, as usual. In game number two, Williams leads off third. Naguris with a chopper off the plate and foul. 9-1-2 due up for Fort Lauderdale in the second. Ball and 2 strikes to Naguris. A base hit could cut the deficit in half. Swing and a miss. That ends the inning. A walk, a hit batsman, and a single, but no runs for TBC. After one, Fort Lauderdale 4, Trinity Baptist none. Top of the second, and 2 changes for TBC. At third base in the number 4 hole in the batting order will be Daniel Marinacci, and a new pitcher for TBC, Elijah Circus, who got himself a win down in Auburndale last weekend. He has pitched 8 total innings. He has not started a game. All of his appearances have been in relief. This will be his 9th appearance. 12 innings overall, 30 hits, 26 runs, 21 of them earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 10. He had a fantastic 3-inning outing last weekend in picking up his first win of the season. 1 win, no losses for the freshman. He will face Gabriel Mangual to start things off in the second inning. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. Mangual 1 for 4 in game number 1. 1 strike from Circus, and a breaking ball, a beauty for strike 2. Quickly ahead, 0-2. Hello, baseball mom. What's the temperature? We're looking at about 57 degrees. Another good curveball from Circus, but it missed inside. A ball and 2 strikes. Had a lot of fan interaction throughout the first game. Always enjoy seeing that. And that one hits the plate, and it's 2-2. Elijah Circus in relief of Darren Goki. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one misses low. That's ball 3. Circus, a freshman from Melbourne, pitched at Eau Gallie High School. Count is full, 3-2, and the pitch. There's a line drive right over the second base bag, and a leadoff single for Fort Lauderdale. Mangwall got a fastball, and he deposits it into center field. Good solid contact to start the second. Eric Scott started the ball game bunting on the first pitch for a base hit. He advanced to second on a pickoff attempt that went astray and ended up scoring the first run. Mangwall leads off first, and this is a very good running team and a terrific base-stealing team. Scott disagrees with the first pitch strike called. No balls and a strike. Runner not going, and a high pop-up. Hickey will give it a look, but it's out of play. So no balls, 2 strikes. And Circus takes a long look and delivers a 2-strike pitch and got him swinging. And as I said earlier, great idea to keep Eric Scott off the bases. Kubaletti at the plate. Popped up his first time up. Scott reached base all 5 times up in game number 1 by either hits, walks, or errors. Runners going. Pitch is a strike. The throw is on target but late. And a stolen base for Gabriel Mangwall. So a runner in scoring position. Leadoff single now at second base. There is 1 out. Kubaletti at the plate. And the pitch. Check swing, but batter held up in time. Kubaletti came in with 23 runs driven in. He's now at 25. Got 2 earlier today. 1 strike pitch. Circus checks the runner and delivers. And this one is fouled off. Runner at second, 1 out. 2 balls and a strike. And a right-hander delivers and misses inside. That's ball 3. Count of 3-1. And the 3-1 on the way. And that one is called strike 2. Umpire didn't give a signal that time, but he said it. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch. Ball 4 is a little bit low and inside, and there are 2 on with 1 out. Does put the potential ground ball double play back in order, and Ryan Reifenberg at the plate. He walked and scored in the first. Two on, 1 out. Infield at double play depth. Hickey not holding the runner at first, and the pitch is a breaking ball that misses. 1 ball, no strikes. And a fastball in there for the strike to even the count. Count is 1-1. Runners are going, and the ball is fouled off. Check swing attempt by Reifenberg, but he made contact. Ball seemed to got a piece of both Gifford and the umpire. Makes the count 1-2. Gifford got the worst of it. Umpires and catchers, they understand each other, and they will give each other a chance to regroup after a play like that. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 men on. They were off on the foul ball. Not going this time, and a line drive into right field. Gattinella will play it on the hop. A man around third to throw to the plate, cut off. The relay is not in time. RBI single for Ryan Reifenberg, making it 5-0. Ubaletti stops at second. Reifenberg aboard at first. Gattinella got to the ball, but then it looked like it had some top spin and dropped right in front of the Trinity right fielder. Chris Martin at the plate, down on strikes his first time. And a breaking ball low and outside. 1 man out. Two hits with a walk sandwiched in between. And ball 2 is low and inside. Elijah Circus in relief of Darren Goki. The 2-0. And that one is low and inside. That's ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. And that one is in there. Count 3-1. Circus looking for that potential ground ball double play. The pitch, swing and a miss. Martin jumped out of his shoestrings for that one. Three balls and 2 strikes. Circus checks the runner and got him swinging. Second time in a row that Martin has chased one out of the zone for strike 3. J.D. Tibbs reached on an error, stole a base, and scored a run in the first. And it looks like that little video glitch we had for a short time in game 1. Back up. Hopefully it won't last long. As Circus delivers a pitch and misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Technology is great, but something goes wrong, it can get frustrating. The 1-0. And that curveball is in there for a strike. Of course, when the Wi-Fi doesn't want to cooperate, there's not a whole lot we can do about that. So I have to hope it clears up. Count is 1-1. Circus delivers, and a good fastball by the hitter. Counts 1-2. Two outs, 2 men aboard. 1 run is in. It's 5-0 Fort Lauderdale. TBC will have the bottom third of the order due up in the bottom of the second. There's a ground ball towards third and foul. Trinity loaded the bases in the first, but unable to score. In game number 1, they had a few innings where they had 2 or 3 men on base and came away empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Circus delivers, breaking ball, and a cue shot foul. You talk about just getting a piece of it. That's what Tibbs did. The least amount of contact possible and still touching the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check of the runner at second. And the pitch, low. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Get it done here. Don't want to go 3-2. From the stretch, Circus delivers, and a high pop foul is out of play. Four runs in the first, 1 in the second. Counts 2-2. Elijah Circus trying to end the inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and that will end the frame. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 men left. Bottom of the second coming up. Fort Lauderdale leads at 5-0. Five nothing as Trinity comes to bat in the bottom of the second. Seth Reeves, Jacob Burke, Drew Gifford, the scheduled hitters, facing Francesco Greco. 1 inning, he allowed a hit, walked a man and hit a man, but left the bases stranded as he got a couple of ground balls and a strikeout. Seth Reeves at the plate. 0 for 3 in game number 1. And Greco from the stretch, first pitch, check swing at a pitch outside, but Reeves went around. Greco likes to take his time. And here's a 1-strike pitch, a fastball, and that one on the outer half. That is strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That one is low and outside. Counts 1-2. And Greco exclusively from the stretch, even to start the inning, and a high pop-up. And that one's going to sail into the bleachers. Count remains 1-2. Cool but very clear night here on the west side of Jacksonville. After some rain yesterday, it's been absolutely beautiful, but a little bit cooler. Here's the 1-2 to Reeves. Strike 3 called, and that is out number 1. We're at the time of year, mid to late March, where we'll get warm, cool. It'll be like that for a couple of weeks. Usually in April, we get one last cold spell for a few days. I'm okay with that. I'm not looking forward to the 96 degrees and 100% humidity. Foul ball by Jacob Burke, the center fielder. Had himself a pretty good game 1. 1 for 2. Also scored a run and drove one in. No balls and a strike. 1 out. Base is empty. And that one is in there. 0-2. Greco has gotten ahead of most of the hitters. This is the 8th man he has faced so far. 2 strikes and the pitch. Burke started to flinch, but held up and took one outside. 1-2 to Jacob Burke. Greco delivers and misses high and tight. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Greco takes a long look, now ready. There's a line drive, base hit. Jacob Burke is aboard with 1 out. Second hit for TBC and second of the doubleheader for Burke. Brings up Drew Gifford, who got himself an inning behind the plate late in the ball game, did not bat. And Gifford on the season at 167 coming in, and he takes the first pitch for a ball. Gifford has a couple of RBIs. He's walked 4 times. Throw over to first. And a runner back just in time. J.D. Tibbs tagged the foot of Jacob Burke, but Burke had his hand on the bag. 1 ball, no strikes. Slide step and got the batter swinging at 1 downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gattinella on deck. That's the top of the order. And a breaking ball misses high. Two balls and a strike. Greco checks that runner and delivers and misses inside. Makes the count 3-1. Greco likes the sign he gets. Set position and a throw to first. He might have tipped it off that throw over to first. He made a little extra motion that he hasn't made yet. Burke read that well and got back well before the throw. Here's a 3-1. High pop-up behind the infield. It'll be Scott coming near the line and making the catch. 2 outs, and Jacob Burke at first for Dominic Gattinella. Started the ball game with a walk, but was erased on a fielder's choice that followed. Trinity has a man at first, but there are 2 outs. Runners on the move. Pitch is high and tight. The throw is late and gets away from Scott. That's a stolen base for Jacob Burke. He is in scoring position. Kind of a low-risk play there because even if he is out, top of the order would lead off the next inning. And for Burke, his second stolen base of the season has not been caught. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses outside. Two balls, no strikes. That ball's hit pretty well into left field. That's a base hit. Burke will round third, throw to the plate. Cut off the relay, not in time. RBI single for Dominic Gattinella. And Trinity Baptist is on the board. Base hit for Gattinella. He stops at first. It was a good throw and a good relay throw. But Burke, with pretty good speed, motors around to score the run. The stolen base pays off. Gavin Williams at the plate, rolled into a fielder's choice his first time up, ended up at third base. Takes the first pitch on the inside corner. I've learned to give the umpire a moment because he doesn't give the signal immediately. He waits a second or so. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Williams over the top of a sinker. Gattinelli with the third hit for TBC. He's on first. Gets an extra half step on his lead. And a pitch misses low. Coach Jordan Broden filling in for Coach John Copeland. Continues to get better and better. Ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch. That was a very close pitch, but misses outside. Williams, a pair of home runs on the season, both of them on the home field. Of course, TBC has played only a few games away from the home field. Here's a 2-2. Strike 3 called, and that retires a side. Eagles get 1 run on 2 hits and leave 1. And after 2, it is 5-1 Fort Lauderdale. Top of the third coming up, 5-1 Fort Lauderdale, and a substitution for the TBC defense. Now playing first base, Jacob Brigman taking over for David Hickey. So Brigman will be in the number 3 hole, which means he will lead off when Trinity comes to bat in the bottom half of the inning. Jordan Palacios, Gabriel Mustovic, and Brandon Riera are the scheduled hitters in the top of the third. Palacios drove in a run with a base hit in the first and ended up scoring the 4th run of the inning. Elijah Circus, his 2nd inning of work, and gets a swing and a miss. Circus, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 1 in the inning. 1 strike pitch, a breaking ball that dropped a little too soon. So we get to see Jacob Brigman play first base. We've seen him on the mound. We've seen him DH a few times. There's a 1-1 and a high pop-up. Brigman will give it a look, but it's well out of play. Jacob Brigman, freshman from Homestead, Florida. Played at Florida Christian School. Can also play the outfield. Good man to have on the team. Can move around the diamond. Throws left. And this one from Circus in the dirt. Ball and a strike. Circus winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. That is out number 1. First strikeout by Elijah Circus. After a few off-speed pitches, he got the fastball by the hitter, and it brings up left fielder Gabriel Mustovic. He had himself an RBI double in that big first inning. And the first pitch, that one is in there for a strike. 0-1. Circus with the look over the mitt. Now the pitch. And a good curveball, but a little bit low. We're supposed to be in the high 40s by the time we're done tonight. We're starting to drop down a little more. Here's a 1-1. And a good fastball by the hitter. What I'm looking at right now says 54 degrees. Ball and a strike. 1 out, base is empty. And a curveball. And that one I thought hit the batter, but apparently it hit off the catcher's mitt. So it's 2-1. Tomorrow says sunny and a high of 75 degrees with no rain in the forecast. And Coach Glessner wants to ask about that last pitch. And after some discussion, umpire says that Mostovic was hit by the pitch. That's what I thought at first. And there's a runner aboard with 1 out. Well, Mostovic must have wanted to swing the bat because he didn't say anything himself. Now Coach Broden wants an explanation. I admit, from up here, it looked like the pitch hit the batter. Now let's take a look on the YouTube feed there. Fortunately, able to back that up a little bit. Take advantage of the opportunity to do just that. Yeah, I hit him in the leg. So from my viewpoint, correct call was made. Runner at first, 1 out. Discussion still going on. And we are ready to resume. Brandon Riera at the plate was called out on strikes to end the first inning. One out with the runner at first. And a strikeout and a hit batsman. That's the inning summary so far. And Circus from the stretch, a good fastball. He's had some nice velocity here in this third inning. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. And that one is outside. Evens a count at 1-1. Fort Lauderdale has scored in each of the first 2 innings, trying to do it again in the third. Big secondary lead, but not going as the runner, and a fastball is called strike 2. Gabriel Mostovic at first, on base for the second time in the ballgame. Here's the 1-2 from Circus. Another big hop off the bag, but not going, and this one misses up and away. Again, a number of Fort Lauderdale Eagles just kind of standing around and talking and walking in the bullpen. Nobody's throwing. Francisco Greco had a little trouble in the first. Runner's going. He got an early jump, swing, and a foul ball. Now, swing and a miss. Now, he's out because there was a runner at first. Gifford knew what to do, knew what not to do. So Riera hustled to first. Can't blame him for trying. It is a stolen base for Mostovic. There are 2 outs. Well, Gifford knew the situation, held on to the ball. Now runner at second with 2 out. And Mangual at the plate. Singled, stole the base, and scored in the second. And the first pitch low and inside. Good job by Gifford. I have seen catchers try to make that throw when they don't have to and throw the ball away. Here's the 1-0. There's a chopper towards second. Reeves will backhand it, throw to first, and that ends the inning. A hit batsman and a stolen base, but Circus does not allow the run. Bottom of the third coming up. TBC trails 5-1. Bottom of the third, and Fort Lauderdale leads 5-1. They had a big first inning. And Jacob Brigman will step into the batter's box. Throws left, but bats right. First at bat of the day for Brigman. On the season, Jacob Brigman looking for his first hit. Nothing out of 10. Has scored 3 times, though. And the pitch. That one just misses Brigman. Of course, Brigman, mostly a pitcher. He has driven in a couple of runs. And the 1-0. And that one's in there for a strike. One ball, one strike. Pitch on the way. Brigman with a good swing, but he fouled it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brigman followed by Marinacci and Laffrey. The 1-2. There's a ground ball towards second. Knocked down and a throw to first in time. Nice play by Aderlin Kubaletti to get the out. Ball ticketed for right field, but Kubaletti on the slide made a nifty play. Remember that game 1 play in the bottom of the 6th, right after Trinity took the lead 3-2. Eric Scott, a diving catch at short to end the inning. At least one more run would have scored on that play. And then Fort Lauderdale tied it up in the 7th and won it in the 8th. Marinacci's first at-bat of the game. 167 on the season, 1 out of 6. High fly ball, pretty well hit towards left, but it will hang up, and Mustavic will make the catch. Looked a little better coming off the bat. Of course, the cooler condensed air thickens up and knocked that one down a bit. And there are 2 outs. Parker Laffrey with a base hit in the first. Thought for a moment that a run might score, but Williams held up at third on the play. Outfield got to the ball very quickly. That pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes. That was Reifenberg who got to that ball and kept Williams from scoring. 1 ball, no strikes. And this one is low and inside. Two balls and no strikes. And that one is in the zone. And a little bit of a late call. He may be saying it. I don't hear him, but the signal is coming a little bit later. There's a ground ball pulled foul down the third base side. Francesco Greco on the mound, his longest outing of the season, 5 innings on February 16th against Baptist Bible of Montana, or Missouri rather. High fly ball should be caught in center, and the catch is made by Mangual, and that ends the inning. Trinity Baptist goes down in order in the third. After 3, Fort Lauderdale 5, TBC 1. Eric Scott will lead off the top of the fourth, followed by Adelin Kubaletti and Ryan Reifenberg. And Scott, 1 for 2, bunt single and a strikeout. Takes the first pitch up high from Elijah Circus. 2 innings pitched so far, 1 run. Out a couple of hits. That one misses low and inside. Last time up in the second, Scott, the first time today, he did not reach base. He can wreak havoc on the base paths. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one is low and inside for ball 3. This is a man you do not want to put on base. Double barrel action now in the Fort Lauderdale bullpen, a pair of right-handers. Ball 4, and Scott draws the free pass to start the fourth. Second walk allowed by Circus, and Adelin Kubaletti will be the hitter. Pop up and a walk. 5-1 Fort Lauderdale. Even though 2 men are throwing, it's a very busy bullpen down the right field line. Scott not going, and a first pitch taken for a strike. No balls and a strike. Scott bluffs, took a few steps and held up, and the pitch missed upstairs. Today's doubleheader is the only time these two teams will meet in the regular season. They could hook up in the South Region Tournament. Scott's going. It's a strike. And the throw is late, and Eric Scott turns a walk essentially into a double. So he's at second, nobody out. Kubaletti at the plate. Circus delivers, and this one is in the dirt, and Scott will take off and get to third on the wild pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a windup from Circus with the runner at third. Scott halfway down the baseline, pops it up. Kubaletti does, and it's over near the dugout. Brigman gave it a look, but it hits the top of the dugout and ends out of play. Scott trying to get a good jump. Can't blame him for that, but you don't want to get too close. That's swinging batted ball. Two strikes, very unlikely that Kubaletti would square around a bunt. Not out of the realm, though, but he takes this one low and outside to fill the count. Scott not quite as aggressive on that last pitch. He's still getting a good lead. 3-2. And that's ball 4. And the first 2 men have drawn walks. I'm guessing that Kubaletti won't be content with first base. Ryan Reifenberg at the plate. A walk, a run, and an RBI single. Nobody out. I have a feeling Kubaletti is going to take off. It's just a matter of which pitch. Has himself a good lead. Throw over to first. I think Circus was thinking the same thing. This team is well over 90% success rate in stolen base attempts. And the first pitch is low. In the bottom of the fourth, Naguris, Reeves, and Burke are due up for TBC. 1 ball, no strikes. And that one is on the inner half to even the count. Kubaletti at first. Eric Scott at third. Both walked. Scott stole second and went to third on a wild pitch. Kubaletti not going, and a beautiful curveball for strike two. Now with 2 strikes, we'll see if Kubaletti takes off. Not going, a curveball misses. Broke a little too soon. Kubaletti is 6 out of 7 in stolen base attempts. A ball and 2 strikes. High pop-up. That will slice out of play. Not nearly as much slice as my golf swing. Hey, I'm just happy if I keep the ball straight. I don't really care how far it goes. Ball and 2 strikes. Kubaletti leaning this time. Now he's going. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Kubaletti will get there without a throw. Picked a very good pitch to run on, a breaking ball. So now 2 men in scoring position, 1 out for Chris Martin, who twice has chased pitches out of the zone for strike 3. Goki got him once, and Circus has gotten him once. Infield in. Trying to cut down that run at the plate, and a fastball misses outside. One ball, no strikes. Darren Goki started. He pitched the first inning, and then it's been Circus since then. And this fastball is outside. Circus with the pitch. And they're asking what the umpire called on that pitch. He didn't give much of an indication, but now he holds up 1-2. Pitch on the way, and a high pop-up out of play. Circus got him climbing the ladder last time up. This would be a big strikeout if he could get it. That would allow the defense to back up into normal depth. Pulling in opens up some holes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Martin again chased one upstairs, but was able to foul it off. Circus from the stretch, and the pitch on the way. Misses the outside corner. That fills up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Martin is making Circus work. Circus has thrown 73 pitches. There's a chopper off the glove of Reeves into center field. A base hit. 2 runs will score. And Fort Lauderdale leads now 7-1. A chopper brings in 2. Two-run single for Chris Martin. Brings up J.D. Tibbs. Reeves did all he could. Ball was over his head. He reached back to try to make the play. And now with a runner at first, double play depth along the infield. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Tibbs 0 for 2, but he scored a run in the first. No balls and a strike. Martin, a good lead off first. There he goes. Pitches outside to throw down on target. Martin overslides the bag. He had beaten the throw, but then he is out trying to get back, and that'll go down as a caught stealing. A good throw by Gifford. Seth Reeves kept the tag on. Good job by Reeves. And there are two away. Martin beat the throw, but then overslid the bag. Ball and a strike. And a breaking ball in there for strike two. Martin tried to get the hand back in, but again, Reeves kept the tag on him. Good job by the TBC second baseman. Here's the 1-2. Line drive into right field in front of Gattinella for a base hit. The Fort Lauderdale Eagles, they're making contact. They haven't really hit the ball blistering hard, but they're finding holes. And that brings up Jordan Palacios, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Two outs with the runner at first and 2 runs in. And the first pitch is low and inside. Chris Martin, a bouncing 2-run single over a drawn-in infield. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. A good fastball from Circus. Counts even at 1-1. Circus from the stretch delivers, and this one misses low. Gifford with the block. 2 balls and a strike. Circus, quick check of the runner at first, and a 2-1. Check, swing, and he went around. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. Still some action in the Fort Lauderdale bullpen. Circus delivers. Ground ball into center field. Nope, knocked down by Naguris. Throw to first, though, not in time. Naguris reached behind him to make the catch. Came up, fired a good throw to first, but a hustling Jordan Palacios beat it out for a base hit. Three consecutive singles for Fort Lauderdale. Left fielder Gabriel Mostovic at the plate. 1 for 1. It's also been hit by a pitch. First pitch is a strike. Nice play by Naguris at short. Again, made a good throw. Just a little late. 1 ball, no strikes. Credit that hustle by Palacios. Fort Lauderdale won the first game 7-3 in 8 innings. Trying to sweep the doubleheader. They lead 7-1. High pop-up, and that's into the bleachers. TBC, let's be honest, they had that game with 1 out left to get and a 3-2 lead. And it slipped away. There's a 1-2. And this one misses outside. Two balls, 2 strikes. Check of the runner at second. Reeves holding him close. And the pitch on the way. Strike 3 down the middle. And no argument from Mostovic. For Fort Lauderdale, 2 runs on 3 hits and a pair of walks. And both of those walks scored. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. It is 7-1 Fort Lauderdale. Bottom of the fourth. Trinity Baptist trails 7-1. They need to put the bats to work. Nate Naguris, Seth Reeves, and Jacob Burke at the plate. Facing Francesco Greco. 1 run in 3 innings so far. 3 hits allowed. This one is popped up and out of play. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. He's also hit a man. He's gotten some good play in the defense. 1 strike pitch to Naguris, and this one is tapped foul. Naguris went down on strikes his first time up. Sliding play by Kubaletti earlier in the ball game. In fact, that was the first batter of the 3rd inning. And this one misses up and in. In the 1st inning, there were a couple balls bobbled, but the fielders stayed with the play and got outs each time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one is low and outside. That evens the count at 2-2. Francesco Greco doing the pitching for Fort Lauderdale. Ball 3 misses inside. Greco from Northampton Community College in Pennsylvania. His hometown, Norwalk, Connecticut. 5 innings, his longest outing so far this season. Swing and a miss, and he gets Naguris to start the 4th inning. Strikeout number 4. His shortest outing was 1 2/3 innings against Warner University on February 24th. Fort Lauderdale took 2 out of 3 against the Royals. That's not easy to do. This is a terrific Fort Lauderdale team. Seth Reeves takes the first pitch for a strike. Of course, Warner University, a fantastic team themselves. No balls and a strike and a pitch. And that one is called a strike at the knees. Warner University, members of both the NCCAA and the NAIA Sun Conference, dual affiliation. 2 strikes to Reeves. Swing and a miss. And Greco has fanned the first 2 men of the inning. Number 5 on the night brings up Jacob Burke, who singled, stole a base, and scored a run in the 2nd. Burke got that base hit into left field. 2 outs, base is empty. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. Greco has now retired 6 men in a row. From the end of the 2nd to 2 outs in the 4th. And the pitch. And this one misses low and outside. Ball and a strike. And Greco takes his time, now delivers, and got him swinging over the top of it for strike 2. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the 5th for Fort Lauderdale. Riera, Mangual, and Scott, barring any changes. Ball and 2 strikes, and that one misses low and outside. Dodgers and Padres, season opener. Tomorrow morning, our time, they're playing over in Korea. They're going to play again on Thursday. And Reeves, or rather Burke, fouls this one off. And it's 2-2. No wind whatsoever. Temperatures in the mid-50s right now. Here's a 2-2. And that one misses. That's a full count. Greco and a couple of fielders on the left side of the diamond started to walk toward the dugout. They get back into position for the 3-2 pitch. High pop-up out of play. Into the dark of night. Count remains 3-2. 2 outs, bases empty in the 4th. Line drive into right field. That ball is a base hit. Jacob Burke with his second hit of the ball game. He's aboard with 2 outs. Brings up Drew Gifford, who popped up his first time up. Burke with a base hit into right. He also singled into left, so I'm guessing next time up he'll go up the middle. 2 outs for the number 9 man, Drew Gifford. Takes the first pitch a little bit high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes. TBC trying to start a 2-out rally. And Greco delivers. There's a chopper towards third. Martin will charge, throw to first. It is not in time. A base hit for Drew Gifford. Martin had to wait for that one to come down. He made a great throw, but Gifford hustling all the way. So 2 on, but 2 out. Dominic Gattinella had an RBI single in the 2nd, drove in Burke. Rolled one into left field. It was right after Burke had stolen second base. And the first pitch misses low. Ball, no strikes. And TBC, a lot of work to do, trailing by 6. And the pitch. That one hits the plate, and both runners will advance. Wild pitch charged to Greco. Burke advances to third, Gifford to second. There are 2 outs. A base hit, though, could score 2. Two balls, no strikes to Dominic Gattinella. And Greco delivers and gets a called strike on a breaking ball. Gattinella has driven in 4 this season. 2-1. And the pitch. High drive, pretty well hit towards right, but it's going to get knocked down and caught on the line. Ryan Reifenberg makes the catch. Gattinella hit the ball hard, but nothing to show for it. A pair of 2-out singles, and both men left. And after 4, it is 7-1 Fort Lauderdale. Trinity Baptist will have a new man on the mound for the 5th inning. Right-hander Brandon Huang takes over for Elijah Circus. For Circus, 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. They were earned. He walked 3. And Brandon Huang will take over. Huang, sophomore here at TBC, enjoying his 2nd season as an Eagle. Can play pretty much anywhere on the diamond. Did a lot of shortstop last year. This is his 6th appearance on the mound. 9 1/3 innings, no record, He's allowed 12 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 5. He will face Riera, Mangual, and Scott, barring any changes by Coach Billy Glessner. Coach Glessner is also the softball head coach. So he is a very busy gentleman. Give a shout out to Armando Perez, Sports Information Director of Fort Lauderdale University. He and I with a lot of communication in the days leading up to the ball game, along with Coach Glessner as well. Monty is what he goes by. So, Monty, always glad to communicate with you. And our first batter of the inning, Brandon Riera. First pitch from Brandon Huang, and it's low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Huang ready, and the pitch, and this one misses inside. Two balls, no strikes. Huang delivers, and another one inside. Circus struck out 7 men in his 3 innings of work as well. Ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk to Riera to start the 5th inning. Timeout. We will have a courtesy runner for the catcher. We'll see which Fort Lauderdale Eagle takes over at first base. Mangual is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Moises Garcia, I believe, is the courtesy runner at first. Gets a secondary hop, and the pitch is high for ball 2. Garcia, redshirt sophomore. Courtesy runner, a line drive into left field, a base hit. Garcia takes a big turn around second, but he'll stop there. Lafferty throws to second to try to get him off the bag, and a runner's back in time. So a walk and a base hit. Top of the order, Eric Scott at the plate. Garcia from Naguabo, Puerto Rico. Eric Scott, a junior from St. Petersburg, has been on base a lot, and he's done a lot of running all season long, not just tonight. Chance for him to drive in a run. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. Nothing in 1 to Scott. He has driven in 29 runs as the primary leadoff hitter for Coach Glessner. And he takes a curveball for strike 2. That means the bottom of the order has been getting on base a lot. Scott has 1 home run. Came into today's play hitting .462, on base at .546. That ball gets away from Gifford. Both runners will advance, and that'll be a passed ball charged to the catcher. Two men now in scoring position. A ball and 2 strikes on Scott. Nobody out. A walk, a single, and a passed ball. Long delivers and misses low for ball 2. Trinity will have 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom half. Williams, Brigman, and Marinacci. The 2-2 from Huang. Foul tip, and Gifford does not quite hold on. But Scott's walking back to the dugout. That ball hit the ground one way or another. That's going to go down as strike 3. So 1 out. A little curious there because that ball hit the ground. And the pitch. And it's Kubaletti fouling off the first pitch. Well, apparently the home plate umpire looked at the replay, said that Gifford caught the ball, held on to it long enough to record the third strike. 0-1. And that one called a strike at the top of the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. And a chopper. And that ball trickles foul. Don't want to give up on that. That ball could have turned the other way into fair territory. Kubaletti probably should have been running. Full Monty Sports Show channel back for game number 2. Says he also does some play-by-play. Appreciate you watching us here on the live feed, and this pitch is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aderlin Kubaletti has walked twice, scored once. That was in the 4th inning after he walked and stole a base. 1 out. Chance for Kubaletti to drive in the run. There's a ground ball towards first. Brigman will look the runner back. He's going to apply the tag, and nobody else advances. And Brigman was in front of the bag, so had he tried to go back to touch the base, a run possibly could have scored. So a great play by Jacob Brigman. Goes down as a simple 3 unassisted, but he kept the run from scoring and got the tag on Kubaletti. So 2 outs, Ryan Reifenberg at the plate. He is 1 for 2 plus a walk. His base hit drove in a run. Takes the first pitch for a strike. That reminds me of that play a few years ago. Javi Baez, just before the Cubs traded him, ran back to home plate, ended up on second base. The 0-1. That one is inside. Of course, that's now a pretty famous play in recent history. Instead of getting tagged, he ran back toward the plate. I think it was the Pittsburgh Pirates. They didn't know what to do. And Baez ended up reaching first and then taking off for second on the same play. 1 strike pitch is lifted into right field. Gattinella near the line, foul territory, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Defensive play by Brigman helped to keep a run from scoring. 2 men reach, but nobody scores. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 7-1 Fort Lauderdale. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Trinity Baptist will have Williams, Brigman, and Marinacci due up. It is 7-1 Fort Lauderdale. They got 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth. TBC got its run in the second. First pitch to Gavin Williams. Misses a little bit inside. Williams, a fielder's choice, and a called strike 3. Facing Francisco Greco. And a pitch. And that one catches the outside corner. 4 innings, 1 earned run, 5 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit batsman, and 5 strikeouts for Greco. There's the 1-1. And that one's on the inner half for strike 2. There's been action in the bullpen for the past 3 innings. 2 men now warming up. In Greco's longest outing, 5 innings. The 1-2. That one is inside to even the count, and we're in the 5th now. Counts 2-2 on Gavin Williams. 0 for 2 in the game, but 1 for 3 in the doubleheader. And the pitch. And he's able to make some contact, stay alive. Again, no wind at all. Temperature is slowly dropping down. We're supposed to be in the high 40s by the time we're done, according to the forecast I've seen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a changeup. Got him swinging, and that's out number 1. Number 6 for Greco. Brings up Jacob Brigman, who's only at bat, grounded to the second baseman. Came into the ball game in the top of the 3rd defensively. And Brigman just made that really good play. High pop-up, shallow right field. Kubaletti going back, but the right fielder is going to make the catch. Reifenberg lost his footing, but held on to the ball, and there are 2 away. We're in the low 50s right now, 51 degrees on the News for Jack's website. Daniel Marinacci flew out to left his first time up. Also entered the game in the 3rd. Takes the first pitch outside. Actually, Marinacci entered the game in the 2nd. Got his first at-bat in the 3rd. Marinacci, the sophomore, takes a pitch on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Greco ready, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Little slider. Had Marinacci swinging over the top of it. 2 outs, base is empty. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Fort Lauderdale in the 6th. And the pitch. Fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch from Greco is in the dirt. That evens it up at 2-2. Fort Lauderdale looking for win number 26 on the season. They have lost 3 times. And a strike called, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3. Go the TBC Eagles in the 5th. We go to the 6th with Fort Lauderdale leading 7-1. We go to the 6th, and Brandon Huang ready for his second inning of work. Started the inning off in the 5th with a walk and a single, but then got a strikeout, a ground ball, and a fly ball, and did not allow a run to score. Okay, we got a couple of changes we'll tell you about in a moment. Both Eric Scott and Aderlin Kubaletti have come out. They are the middle infielders. And we'll tell you who's coming in. Taking over at shortstop will be Moises Garcia, whom we saw running the bases a couple of times tonight. And now playing second base will be Javion Williams. They're going to come out defensively, says Coach Glessner. Right now, Fort Lauderdale at the plate. Brandon Huang's first pitch misses high and tight for ball one. And a fastball is inside. This is Chris Martin at the plate. He had a 2-run chopper over a drawn-in infield his last time up. Got himself a base hit and 2 ribbies. 2 balls, no strikes, and a pitch. And that one is in there for strike 1. So when Fort Lauderdale comes out, it'll be Garcia at short and Williams at second. Line drive right at Reeves, who makes the catch. Ball hit pretty sharply. Reeves a couple of steps to his right. And there's one away. J.D. Tibbs at the plate. Got a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. Long ready, and the pitch. And that one is taken low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Long is now retired 4 in a row. The 1-0. High pop-up on the infield. Reeves will call off Brigman and make the catch. 2 outs, and the batter is Jordan Palacios. He is 2 for 3. Drove in a run and scored one in the first. Got himself an infield single his last time up. Diving play by Nate Naguris at short. Naguris, like I said before, made a really good throw, but Palacios hustled and beat it. Makes the first pitch low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. And that is a strike. You know, Monty, I just now put it together, the full Monty Sports Show channel. That one is fouled off. There's Armando Perez, Sports Information Director of the University of Fort Lauderdale. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Huang trying to go for a 1-2-3 inning. High fly ball into center. Should be caught, and Burke puts it away. And that retires a side. 1-2-3 go the Fort Lauderdale Eagles. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 7-1. A freshman from Deerfield Beach, Florida, Joey Husey, will take over on the mound for Fort Lauderdale. Taking over for Francesco Greco, who's in line for the win with 5 innings of just 1 earned run, 5 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit batsman, and 7 strikeouts. He gives way to Joey Husey, not a save situation. Husey 1 win, no losses. And on the season, this will be his 4th appearance. He has started 1 time. He also has a save. 8 total innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned. He has walked 4 and he has struck out 6. He will face Laffrey, Naguris, and Reeves for Trinity Baptist, barring any changes. Parker Laffrey, 1 for 2, got a base hit in the first. Hit the ball pretty well his last time up, but it was caught in center field. Moises Garcia now playing shortstop, and Javion Williams now playing second, as we mentioned before. Our first look at Joey Husey. Again, a freshman. We didn't see him here last year. And the pitch is a fastball, misses high. Husey pitched at Deerfield Beach. He went to a home school. And he gets a strike on Laffrey to even the count at 1-1. A homeschool student. Stands at 6'2", 180. Ball and a strike to Laffrey, and the pitch. And this one is a little bit low. Pretty good velocity on the fastball from Husey. Our first look at Garcia in the field. We saw him run the bases a few times tonight. And Javion Williams made an appearance in game 1 as well. 2 balls and a strike and a pitch. And a swing and a foul back. Williams also did a little bit of base running late in game number 1. Count of 2-2 on Parker Laffrey. And the pitch. That one misses outside, and the count is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Trinity Baptist starting to run out of outs. They need to start rallying now. Here is the payoff pitch. High pop up and over the back net and out of play. Again, we start at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon against Millennia Atlantic University, a team we have never seen before because this is their first season. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Husey winds and delivers. And another one fouled off. Must be kind of hard to see those balls out there in the darkness now. Not so bad in the daytime, but there are no lights whatsoever shining that way. Another payoff pitch, Husey with the 3-2, and this one is fouled off, and that one stays in the field of play, hits off the fence. 2 more righties getting loose in the bullpen for Fort Lauderdale. We're now right at 50 degrees. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Husey with the slow windup and the fast pitch, and it's popped up over near the dugout and out of play. Yeah, Husey throws pretty hard, and after that long, slow delivery, that ball gets to the batter very quickly. Another 3-2 to Laffrey, 50-year senior, and the pitch. Ball 4 is outside. Laffrey was actually backpedaling toward the dugout And now he's on first base. Pitch just missed the outside corner. Nate Naguras at the plate. He's gone down swinging both times. Lafferty doesn't figure to run, down by 6 late in the ball game. And that one is high and tight. Of course, I've been wrong about that before. 1 ball, no strikes to Naguras. Followed by Reeves, then Burke and Gifford should the inning go that far. Swing and a miss. In the 7th, bottom of the order, due up for Fort Lauderdale. Mustavic, Riera, and Mangual. Again, that's barring any changes. Both coaches have used a good amount of the bench tonight. Both games included. Swing and a miss. Naguras chased one in the dirt. It's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. From the stretch, QC delivers and misses upstairs. Count even at 2-2. QC takes a long look in. Lafferty a little extra on the lead, and the pitch. Ground ball towards third. Martin will throw to first. It's a wide throw, but they held the bag, says the umpire. J.D. Tibbs kept his foot on the bag just long enough to make the catch, and Coach Broaden wants to have a conversation about that play. It'll go as a 5-3. And the umpire says the foot was on the bag, and Tibbs got the tag on the runner. And again, they'll talk about it at home plate. Usually calls like that do not get overturned. And, of course, the call stands. Martin, a bullet of a throw, pulled Tibbs toward the runner. And the umpire says Tibbs got the tag on the leg. So 1 out. Lafferty at second. Reeves at the plate. Swing and a miss. So at first, I couldn't tell if they said he held the bag. That's what I thought the call was at first. And then the indication during the conversation say he got the tag on the leg of Nate Naguras. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second, 1 out, and the pitch from Husey is fouled off. Counts 1-2 to Seth Reeves. He's gone down looking and swinging. Burke on deck. He's had a couple of hits in the ball game. No balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch. High pop-up headed our way, but won't quite reach us. It's out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Reeves an RBI opportunity as a runner at second with 1 out. Lafferty walked, advanced on the ground ball. And a slide step, and the pitch is in there for strike 3. Husey's first strikeout of the night, and now he'll face Jacob Burke. Singled, stole a bag, and scored in the second, and singled again in the 4th. Got to third base, but no further. Runner at second, but now 2 men out. And the first pitch popped it up, and the pitcher will take it himself to retire the side. Leadoff walk, but nothing else for TBC. And after 6, Fort Lauderdale 7, Trinity Baptist 1. We go to the 7th, and Brandon Huang will start his 3rd inning of relief. He's allowed a walk and a hit, but nothing else. He has retired the last 8 men he has faced. You will have Mostovic, Riera, and Mangual do up the bottom 3rd of the batting order. Fort Lauderdale leads 7-1, looking to sweep the doubleheader and get their 26th win of the season against just 3 losses. Mostovic had an RBI double in the 1st. He was 1 for 2 officially. He's hit by a pitch and struck out, and he takes the first pitch a little bit inside. Huang's done a really nice job tonight, and the pitch. That one hits the batter, however, and that's going to put a runner at first with nobody out. And Mostovic will walk on down to first. And we'll see Brandon Riera back in the batter's box. He was 0 for 2. Drew a walk his last time. Now, if he reaches, we'll have a new courtesy runner because Garcia is now in the game. Garcia was the courtesy runner in the 5th. Long from the stretch. And gets the first pitch at the knees for the strike. Nothing in 1. Runner at first. And Long delivers, and a high fly ball towards right. Gattinella on his horse makes the catch right on the line. Really nice running catch by Dominic Gattinella for out number 1. He's also looking up into the lights, and it's easy to lose sight of the ball in that situation, but he stayed with it and made a terrific play. 1 out for Gabriel Mangual. He is 2 for 3 with a run scored and a stolen base. 1 out. Long delivers. There's a line drive towards Gattinella. It's down for a hit. Gattinella recognized he wasn't going to get there in time, pulled up, played the safe hop. Enter a 2-on with 1 out. Good decision by Gattinella because if he tries to make the shoestring catch and misses, that ball's by him. Possibly a run scores. Moises Garcia will get his first at-bat of the night. He's in place of Eric Scott, hitting .304 on the season. No homers, 3 RBIs. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. He is 7 for 23. He has a double. And up next, we'll get our first look at the plate of Javion Williams. That one is in there for the strike. 0-2. Wong loses his cap. You want to keep that on in a cool night like tonight. I had to grab mine, put it on. I don't like wearing it with the headphones on, but it's cool enough to do it. That one is in the dirt. 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out. Wong checks that runner at second and delivers. Strike 3 called right down the middle. And 2 away. Javion Williams, his first at-bat of the night. And on the season, he is 1 for 6. That one hit, a double. He's also driven in a run. Williams, a freshman from Mississippi. And the first pitch is low and outside. D'Iberville, if I'm reading that correctly. Lake Ridge High School in D'Iberville, Mississippi. Got an RBI double on February 3rd against Ohio Christian. Swings and fouls this one off. One thing I like about Sidearm Sports that Fort Lauderdale uses, click on the player's name on the stats page and see every game and what the player did in each game. We can get to that on our site. I love our site. Takes a few more clicks to do that. That one is fouled off. This is our first full year with our new site. We got it up and running last April, and it's been fantastic. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a pitch. Check swing, and he went around, says the home plate umpire. So Brandon Huang hit a batter, gave up a hit, but then struck out 2 in a row to end the inning. However, Fort Lauderdale still leads 7-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, last chance for Trinity Baptist. They trail by 6, and they'll face freshman Charlie Wilson from Davie, Florida, making his 3rd appearance on the season. No record. Both of his appearances so far, and now 3rd one tonight in relief. He has pitched a total of 2 innings. He's allowed 1 hit, no runs. He has walked 1 and struck out 4. And Jack Musgrave will bat for Drew Gifford in the number 9 hole to start the bottom of the 7th. So our first look at Jack Musgrave tonight. On the season, Musgrave hitting .333, 4 out of 12. And the pitch is in there for a strike. I think I mistakenly said it wrong earlier. Was it Musgrave who got that 3-run triple in the 11th? It was Musgrave. I mistakenly said a different player earlier today. And a strike called on the inside corner. That was the game winner against Rochester in the 11th. Trinity tacked on an extra run afterward, but Musgrave drove in 3. Charlie Wilson, left-hander on the mound, trying to close this one out. Not a save situation. And the pitch. And Musgrave takes that one between the 2 and the 0, and he is aboard. So Musgrave at first, and Dominic Gattinella scheduled to hit, and that's Gattinella strolling up to the plate. He'll have a lot of room down that right field line. Reifenberg almost lined up with second and third. Garcia playing up the middle at second. First pitch from Wilson. It's a ground ball right at Garcia. He bobbles it, but gets the out at second. And the throw to first is in time. So Garcia had him played perfectly and turned it into a 4-6-3 double play. He did bobble it, but he made the flip, and the relay throw got the out. Gavin Williams at the plate. 2 outs. Last hope for Trinity Baptist, and the first pitch in there for a strike. Wilson with the pitch, and this one is fouled off. Charlie Wilson trying to get the minimum here in the 7th and preserve the win for Greco. And Williams fouls this one off. No balls, 2 strikes. And Wilson takes a good look, now ready. And a pitch, sidearm delivery, and Williams was able to make some contact. Wilson looking with the changeup on that pitch. Williams recognized it, waited back, and made some contact. 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the 7th, last chance for TBC. Fastball misses outside. Wilson, a submarine left-hander. Don't see too many of those. Gives the batter a very different look. Here comes a 1-2. Change up, dipped a little too soon, and that's ball 2. Williams 0 for 3 on the night. 1 for 4 overall on the day and the night. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Got him looking, and that's the ball game. Final score, University of Fort Lauderdale 7, Trinity Baptist College 1. The winning pitcher, Francesco Greco. Now 4 wins, no losses on the season. And Darren Goki takes the loss for TBC. He's now 1-2. For Greco, 5 innings, 1 run it was earned, 5 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts in earning the win. Fort Lauderdale now 26-3 overall on the season and 4-1 now in South Region competition. Trinity Baptist drops to 7-15 and 1-4 in South Region play. That's going to do it for us here tonight. The TBC Eagles are back here on the home field tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. against Millennia Atlantic University, and we'll begin a few minutes before. That's a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon. I want to thank everybody for joining us on the live feed. Monty Perez of Fort Lauderdale, the SID, for Marilyn Gordon, our statistician, interim head coach, Jordan Broden, still praying for Coach Copeland. John Jones is our athletic director. I'm Ray Bureau saying good night and God bless you from Trinity Baptist College.